Hey YouTube, David here, Richter Scale Studios. God, I have not done a video in days. So I'm just still working on the little diorama with the sniper team, and I went in with some acrylic modeling paste from Liquitex and filled in all the cork and laid some sand in there, and then went in with some PVA to lock it in. I'm not sure if I like that look yet. It's still kind of looked like an upside down wedding cake a little bit, but I'm going to hit it with primer, and I could still go in there and lay some different kinds of fillers and put more sand and the texture. And also I'm working on the this base has a really kind of a crappy finish to it, so I might just go in, or I am going to go in, prime it up and see how it looks, and sand it down, then go with another layer of primer, and then I'm going to do more detail later on, drill into some of this, put some pipes in and some wires, and maybe do go out in the backyard and rip up some roots and dry them out, and then do some small root work just to give it some more flavor and detail to it. I'm just running some, trying to go through my Vallejo paint. I love the Steiner Res by Badger, and this is the Vallejo stuff. I'm just kind of dedicating this to all my terrain work, and I'm running it through a Patriot 105, as you can see here. I'm just kind of running it around 30 pounds of pressure, so you got some good flow going, and it's got the standard needle, so it's real fast work. And I'm probably going to do some, I'm going to have to go in there and probably do a wash on it too, because you can see the where the mortar work would be in the bricks, it is white. And I think I'll keep hitting with some primer and hopefully black it out, so I'm not worried about losing that detail. It's very deep. There's a lot made out of paint or primer. Just go back to camera, just fill that bad boy up. Got a little spilled on the side. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull this out a little bit. There we go. And you can see I already have the structure primed, and that's going to be ready to be painted. It'll be super glued in eventually, but I have to, I'm doing some more detail around the base. It's going to be like a small, look like a cooking area from where they've been camping out. And make sure that we're doing this way, we got to make sure we go up because of the way it's tiered. And I can go in later on, and I'll hit it with some grays to go from a zenithal highlighting. So I'm not going to bore you anymore with this black. I'm going to finish up the black, then come into some grays just to get a zenithal on the rocks and on some of the terrain, and I'll show it to you. And I'll be back in a few. Thanks again. Hey, we're back. As you can see, it's all done in black, and it actually doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's just been like cut off in different sections when it was poured out of the earth for the scene. Let's get it right in camera, right? I got it all black. There's some areas that are needs to be sanded. We can see there on that lip, but I got it all kind of sealed up. I'm gonna hit it now with some gray just to get some bring some of the detail back out before we start painting it. And I'm just throwing in some standard gray primer by Vallejo. I might do a little zenithal on the structure here also. I just cleaned the airbrush out, just ran some water and alcohol through it, and there's a decent amount, maybe, let me see it on camera, just maybe a third of a bowl full. And we can go in and just, I want to hit it like this. Now I went in purposefully and went really deep in the cracks with the black, so I didn't need to run a wash on it. So really bringing the detail out now. And I'm just going to basically a 45-degree angle on the whole thing. And I'm not really careful about the bottom of the base where the round thing is. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. It'll be a black or a brown. I like how the sand took away the cork look. So this looks like there's layers of different kinds of earth and concrete. And it'll look good when I start doing some pipe work. Do a little bit of pipes and wires there, and maybe a couple pipes in this main layer of the earth. And that's the foundation part. I'll do some small pipes and wires through there. And kind of brings it all together. It doesn't look like a hodgepodge of plastic and cork and sand anymore. And then we're still going to do some washes between the flooring. So this fits in there. That'll be just super glued in somehow. And let's do a little bit of zenithal on this. I don't know if I wanted to make this look like a night scene, so I'm going to maybe force some shadows into the final painting of it. As you can hear, I have the spray booth going lightly, and it's actually giving me enough to pull. It's not lofting out of the booth and into my lungs. Going through. Also, when you guys making these homemade air booths, use these cheap filters, because you're not really caring about what's going out of the house or away from you. You want to care about in you. A lot of those more expensive filters are have less pull on them because there's a lot more material. They're filtering out because they're designed to filter the air in your house to put it back in. This is just to eject it out of your house. So I got the cheapest 30-day filters, and obviously you can see this is the paint and material that I've been running through the caked on it, and I'll eventually just these are like a couple bucks to replace. So it's protecting me. I don't need to wear a mask. I can speak. And if I'm using something really toxic, so I can really crank this up, and it just pulls right out. But it's actually at this lower level too is working quite well. So let me just finish, do a little more zenithal on this. Just catch those upper edges. And we're done. Wish I had a primer left. So let me put that together. So we got a nice little base started. You can see putting it all in the frame. That's going to look pretty cool. And then I'll come back and start doing the wiring and pipes next. Then we'll have to do another coat of primer on those, obviously. So I was just wanting to make sure it came together and didn't look too fake still. And I got to go find some roots in the backyard somehow too. So we put that over there. I'm going to put that in the background. And then we got our sniper. They're already been primed up and ready for paint, so there's not much more to do with them. And that was just a quick update for this. Thank you for joining me, and we'll have another video up soon. Have a good day.